Hello, peace seekers. This is Saniqua White popping in to give you a piece of my mind that will hopefully give you some peace of mind. Today, I want to talk about something I know you've heard before, so I'm kind of just reiterating it. And the phrase is, don't set yourself on fire to keep others warm. I hope you've heard that. If you haven't, let me tell you what I mean when I say it. You're setting yourself on fire, meaning you're going above and beyond, out of your way, even to the point that you're hurting yourself. You're bringing harm to yourself. It's a detriment to you that you're so helpful to other people. But all it's doing is keeping them warm. Basically, you're going to have to keep doing this, whatever it is you're doing, over and over and over again, because in actuality, it's not helping them, or the help is just temporary. So you're going to keep having to set yourself on fire just to keep them warm. Problem is, with most of the people that you're trying to help, they're taking it as a hand out and not a hand up. You're not assisting them in fixing the problem. You're not teaching them to fish. You are fishing for them. Therefore, they will continue to want or need you. But I don't want to talk so much about the people that you're helping. I want to talk about you and the root cause of why you're setting yourself on fire just to keep others warm. One of the root causes is that you are doing this out of fear of abandonment or rejection. Your reasons for doing this is, oh, they'll be mad, or I'm all they've got, or there's no one else to do it, or if I don't do it, then who will? You have all these reasons which you have validated. You have made them right in your eyes as to the reason why you're doing this. But what they really are is excuses. And the real reason you're doing this has less to do with the people you're helping and more to do with you not wanting to feel rejected or abandoned by them. You really fear that if you don't keep doing everything that you're doing, they're going to not want you in their lives, or they're going to walk out of your lives, or they're going to be mad, or they're not going to talk to you, or whatever the situation is, whether it is real or perceived, whether they have said, we're going to be mad at you and we're going to stop talking to you, or it's just your perception that that's what will happen. Regardless of which one that is, you need to look at the reason why you're doing what you're doing, because you're hurting yourself and you're not getting any further with the person that you're helping either. So I want you to think about addressing your root issue of rejection and abandonment. It could be both. It could be one or the other. But if you sit back and think, because you're likely doing this with more than one person, it's probably either a group of people like family members, or you're even doing it for some of your friends and other groups of people if you're not careful. I want you to sit back and evaluate. I want you to think about how much you help people, what you're actually doing for them, and then why. What are the things that you're afraid of that if you don't do it, what will happen? That's the main question that I want you to ask yourself. If I don't do this for so-and-so, for XYZ, what will happen? If you answer that question and say, because they'll be mad, or they won't like me, or I don't know, they won't invite me over anymore, or they won't come to my party, or they won't do this and they won't do that. If those are the types of things, when you answer the question, why am I really doing this? Then you're doing it out of fear. You don't want to do anything out of fear if you can help it. Yes, sometimes you have to go forth and do things even though you're in fear, because you're anxious about it, whether it will work, whether it won't work, whatever you're anxious about. That's different than doing things from fear. You can be afraid and still go forth and do something that you want to do because you're being adventurous or courageous, or just taking that step that you know you need to take. But if you're operating from fear, meaning you're doing things because you're scared if you don't do it, XYZ will happen. There's a difference. You don't want to operate from fear. And if you're setting yourself on fire just to keep others warm, for fear that if you don't keep them warm, something will happen. And not necessarily that something bad will happen to them, just something will happen, but it'll affect you more so. Meaning they'll be mad, they won't like you, they'll curse you out, they'll say you're selfish, or they'll say you don't like to help people. If those are the things that you fear, you're operating in the wrong manner and you're hurting yourself, and it's not ultimately helping them. So take the chance, ask yourself the question, be honest with yourself, and be honest with what you might need to do once you answer the question honestly. If you find that you are actually operating from fear or out of fear, I want you to get the help that you need, because sometimes it does take another person stepping in to help you, to reassure you that saying no to someone else to say yes to yourself is absolutely okay. And that's how I want you to consider it. You can start saying no to other people regardless of their reaction to it, because what it means in essence is that you're going to say yes to yourself. So again, stop setting yourself on fire just to keep others warm. I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. If you'd like to comment, I'd love to hear from you. I'll be back soon, but until then, be blessed. Take care of your mental health. God bless.